Hi, and welcome to MacTac's Application Nation video. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jason.
And today we're going to walk you through the key steps to successfully wrapping a vehicle with MacTac's bubble-free digital media and Razor high-gloss cast over laminating film.
Whether you're knee-deep in vehicle wraps or attempting your first application, if you're watching this, then you've realized the hottest trend in outdoor advertising is using a vehicle wrap for a moving billboard. According to the Traffic Auto Bureau, a vehicle advertisement receives an estimated 30,000 to 70,000 views a year.
In today's video, we'll walk you through the proper methods of wrapping your ride, including selecting the right product, the right tools for the job, preparing your vehicle for application, fitting the vinyl to the vehicle, the actual install, and then along the way we'll give you some tips and tricks that can help set your wrap apart from all the other guys.
So how about we get started with product selection and tools?
All right, let's go. MacTac has a complete family of products designed specifically for your vehicle wraps. It's important to choose the right product for your application. So for this video, we're using JT5529 BFD Pro. It's our top wrap media. It is a highly conformable 2.1 mil vinyl film with a thermal setting capability that makes this a truly unique product in today's market. It also incorporates MacTac's patented bee-free air egress system with a repositionable yet quick to build to high bond strength adhesive for a really easy and confident install.
Now for today's wrap on the Chevy Uplander, we've got some three-dimensional curves around the front bumper and on the hood that we're going to require a thin conformable media. That's why we picked the 2.1 mil Bubble-Free Pro. We'll always recommend a bubble-free product for vehicle wraps with complex curves and corrugations.
We're also using MacTac's innovative, industry-leading 1.5 mil Razor gloss over cast over laminating film because it gives us extra conformability and it still provides 5 years of UV fade resistance. With the highest gloss finish on the market, this results in an outstanding paint-like finish. Another great feature of the gloss Razor is its optical clarity. This allows you to use this product not only on your graphics but also on your window graphics as well.
You can also substitute MacTac's Zero Glare Matte Razor over laminate for a true custom look. In today's market, matte finishes are the hottest automotive trend right now. We've already said that product selection is critical, but this stuff doesn't apply itself. Knowing what tools work best in which part of the application is half the battle. The top 4 must-have tools are your heat gun, your torch, your preferred squeegee, and your always sharp knife. Now, some installers prefer a torch over a heat gun, but they both have their advantages and disadvantages. Propane torches are great for softening material during the application stage, but will get the vinyl very hot very quickly. Heat guns are better for post-heating edges and seams and are best for evenly heating large areas and for increasing the temperature of the overall media.
For your squeegees, there are many choices. What you use depends a lot on your personal preference. They vary in size and material composition, from Teflon hard squeegees that are great for large flat surfaces to nylon for complex curves in areas that need a softer, more flexible edge. Some installers use the MacTac soft felt squeegee for just about everything, including windows, because they tend not to scratch the laminate finish. If you use a nylon squeegee, you might want to use a slidable sleeve or a nylon tape to reduce friction. Finally, always work with a clean, nick-free edge on your squeegee to keep that finished graphic looking its very best.
Now for a blade, you can choose either the X-Acto type open blade or the type I prefer is a snap-away blade. There are only 3 rules with your knife. Always keep it sharp, take precautions to make sure you're safe, and don't cut into the vehicle's paint while trimming your wrap. Later on, we'll show you a tip on how to make sure this doesn't happen.
To save time, we've already washed and dried out our Uplander to prepare for vinyl application. You'll notice that the vehicles remain inside in a controlled environment. That's because it's a great idea to allow 24 hours for your car to dry. Another thing to point out, if we washed this car yesterday and let it sit, chances are that it now has a thin layer of dust all over it, so we'll get to go over it again in a minute with an alcohol wipe. You also want to make sure that your vehicle is free of wax and that you've paid some special attention to the really classic wrap failure areas such as the wheel wells, the hood seams, the door and window seams, and any other compound or complex curve that's on your vehicle.
Removing parts from any vehicle as an extra step is time-consuming and can be a bit stressful if it's your first time. But with the proper tools, this step can add a whole new level of quality to your finished wrap. My rule of thumb is, if it's easy to remove and replace and will save me more time during install, then I remove it. For the Uplander, we're going to remove the tail lights, the emblems, the rear windshield wiper, the antenna, and as you can see, we've already taken off the rear license plate.
Now, all of this can be accomplished using standard hand tools. You might want to use your squeegee for the removal of the emblems and a small pry bar to get to any interior panel buttons that need to be removed.
Now that we've removed our parts, it's time for the final scrub down. We're going to wipe this entire vehicle down, again, with alcohol, being sure to wipe the alcohol on with a clean towel and wipe it off with a dry towel, taking the dirt and debris with you.
Normally, as Jason said, the final alcohol scrub is your last prep step. However, some vehicles can be a bit more stubborn with Teflon-like wax and rain guards on them. You might want to take a piece of your vinyl and do a quick tape test to ensure that you're getting the bond you desire. If not, a stronger chemical prep like xylene might be appropriate as your intermediate step before the final alcohol wipe down.
Alright, the vehicle is ready. Now it's time to lay out the vinyl. Many times you're just given the panels from the printer without knowing how they fit the vehicle. So, first thing you want to do is figure out the registration of your graphic. We do this by laying out the vinyl panels on a table or some other flat surface and marking them with a grease pencil, both vertically and horizontally, so you actually have crosshairs to line up your wrap. You want to make sure that you have all your panels, that they're labeled correctly, they're in the right order, and that they have a 1-inch overlap for your seams. As you can see, we've already registered a few panels on our Uplander using these handy Pro Wrap magnets, which are especially useful if you're working alone. Masking tape also works well. For the dry fit, you're double checking that the design fits the vehicle, aligning the graphics, and looking for general fit and placement. You want to make sure that your 1-inch seams are overlapped away from the wind resistance, which is why you always start the vehicle wrap at the back and work your way forward. Jeff, why don't you give me a hand and we'll get these last panels set up.